Here we go. Another one that I love. Oh, did you? Sorry. Sorry, Anthony. I didn't realize that you gave me mine to wear. Okay, here we go. Asymmetrical. Zip front sweater. Another different and unique style from Aran Craft, 100% merino wool. This is one of our plated options, the plated sweaters, and we're saving almost $37, lowest price ever offered. And we've got free shipping and handling as well on this, double extra small through double extra large. And I put on my favorite. I still haven't seen the black watch in the show yet. This has always been my favorite. And here we go. So do you see how cool this is? So fully open, it drapes beautifully, right? But now you have the zipper with the Trinity knot pull, as you can see right there. And then it just closes up so beautifully, however you want to do it. But I like to go this way and go into a gorgeous high neck. Barry, again, you're killing me with these sweaters today. They're all so different and stylish and fashionable, which is so mind-blowing that it is one of the most traditional, like old school things that you could think of globally. But now we're going really fashionable with it, which is fantastic. So let me show everyone the colors and we'll get into it. This is the charcoal black. So meaning that both colors are threaded and knitted at the same time, so you get that plating effect. This is the charcoal with the black. This is the black watch with the navy, which I said is my favorite, because if you go in close, you can see both of those colors there. And this is the natural with the stone. Okay, Barry, let's get into this one.
I think you really captured there what we always try to do in Aran Craft, is where we try to take these traditional kind of heritage fill techniques, but do something a little bit modern, really bring something into the 21st century. And this is one of my favorite silhouettes of anything that we make. It's this beautiful asymmetric style, which actually, when you, as you showed earlier on, when you actually have it open, it drapes symmetrically. It's only when you zip it up that it goes asymmetric. Like if you can wear it that way, you can wear it open, and it actually just kind of the collar just flares out a little bit, and then shows off that beautiful basket stitch that's on the other side. Because of course, to make the collar sit the way it does, there's two layers of material on it. So there's on the outside you've got the beautiful herringbone pattern, but on the inside you've got this beautiful basket stitch as a little bit of a contrast. And really, contrast is the key when we're talking about plated styles. And the technique is basically where when we're knitting the fabric, that we have two complementing colors. So for instance, on that one there you have hanging up there, that's the natural and stone. So these are two complementing colors. You've got the natural to the front and the stone to the back. It's a very labor intensive process, because at any point during the knitting process, if they accidentally slip and alter positions, the entire pattern is lost. Of course, then we have to wind all the wool back, because we try to be as careful with this beautiful wool as possible and reuse it. But it means that has to be monitored 24/7 when we're knitting a plated style. But I think when you see the results like this, you can see it really is worth all the hard work.
Truly, it is phenomenal. So this one is the natural and the stone. Let's talk about my favorite, black watch navy.
Black watch is also one of my favorite colors. It's one of the oldest colors that we've ever used. It is this beautiful, almost bottle green, with a touch of navy going through it. And then when you plate that with solid navy, you get this beautiful high-low effect. And really with this, the pattern that we were trying to emulate here was almost like that old-fashioned tweed herringbone. And only through the technique of plating is this really possible. And I think when you take this all-over pattern, it just sits so well. It's so flattering. It can be worn, and because when you zip it up and fasten it up, you really have two layers of material over the front. So it's really going to keep you snug and warm.
Totally. It's beautiful because it is kind of like a mock neck when you go all the way up, and I'm going to zip it all the way up. It actually has the little button on the inside as well.
So the little button on the inside is to ensure that the inner piece just hangs directly across at the hem. Just so you don't have a little piece sticking out.
Right. So then I also love the zipper because it is jewelry grade hardware that.
Oh, we always use our Trinity chocolate as one of the symbols that you'll recognize an Aran Craft sweater just by that alone. And really, like you said, it's like a free piece of jewelry. And one of the beautiful things about it, even though merino wool is so soft, we design it so that there's plenty of opening at the neck. So even though people sometimes just don't like having any of their clothing touching directly on their neck. So this is it because it has the 2 layers of material, it'll stand a little bit out. It's not going to be against your skin, even though it's perfectly soft. Like I'm wearing a t-shirt underneath this sweater. It's perfect. It's perfectly comfortable. And that's just another thing. We like to take these stitches and this as well and try to do new things with it. Try to give a little design feature. Try to do something a little bit different. And I think this is, from a construction point of view, it's one of the most, I think it might be one of the, if not the most complex and has the most parts in it. But once you get them all right, it just works so well. And of course, you can show them up there the generous pockets, which of course, when your hands aren't in them, you don't see them.
Well, I couldn't find them. I was like, where are the pockets? I said, oh, I guess this one doesn't have pockets. But then I just found them. I got very happy. So this one, so how much I loved the pullover, right? Because of the fact that it is truly like a pullover. This, you have best of both worlds. Because this, you can wear it as, and you know, the open front cardigan style, beautifully. And then when you zip it up, you get the look of a pullover. And again, that's why.
In this show, we've shown every silhouette in this show. Really, we've gone from the vest, we've got the sweater, we've got the asymmetric, and we've got the open front. There's a little bit of something for everybody here, I think.
Totally, and that's why I called this a mock neck earlier, because I wouldn't even call it a turtleneck because it's not. And no matter what, it's up there. It does what we want, which is that like framing of the face, that camouflaging of the neck. But it's not touching my neck whatsoever. So whether you're somebody that doesn't care, perfect. But if you are someone that's like, I don't ever want anything touching my neck, you won't have that because they did it perfectly, that it's a stand collar. This is really a 2-in-1, love it. Now let's talk about the charcoal and the black.
So this is the dressy one. I think I really call it. And I suppose one thing we should also mention is that we're showing these things hanging here. We don't recommend hanging any knitwear really at all.
Right.
That you should always keep them folded. It's just something I always feel the need to say when we're showing things that are hanging.
Yes.
This is the one. This is if you want to feel a little bit dressed up. This is this is your dark. This is something that if you had like something like a brooch or something like that, it would show it off so beautifully. I know that there really has been a push forward in these kind of ornate silver brooches. I think would go so well with this. Even if you wanted to put it around by your little Trinity symbol zipper there. But yeah, and black and charcoal, they're a match made in heaven, really.
Wow, look at that. Look at the workmanship on this. You have the ribbing at the hem and also at the wrists right there. This is a relaxed fit. This is specifically done to be a relaxed fit. So very roomy, very comfortable. And even if you want to zip it but leave it a little bit open, you can do that as well. I mean, I love this kind of like shawl collar, like that chunky collar that it just also gives it that fashionable moment.
I think the way the model was wearing it around, where she actually it almost comes out like a Revere collar when you zip it almost to the top, but you still have both parts of the collar sticking out. I think it looks really smart like that.
Oh, look how cute that is. There's a million ways to wear it and switch it up. You could show off a necklace, but again, you don't really need much jewelry because you have that beautiful zipper pull right here that is high polish as well. The great pockets, and then yes, this one only comes in the 3 different colors. And I'm glad about that because it just makes it maybe a little bit of an easier decision because it's so difficult to choose. So this one here is that charcoal, black charcoal. Here, this, I love this as well. The natural with the stone. Let me show you the back on that. And the Black Watch navy, that is that bottle green. I called it like a peacock green one time with that beautiful navy. I'm gonna try on this natural with the stone because it's calling my name. There you go.
And of course, like we always try to do, everything here is very denim friendly.
Oh yes, it is absolutely denim friendly. So what you see on the screen right there is that Black Watch color. And now wait until you see this stone. Lowest price that we have ever offered this sweater right now. Instead of $200, because it was $200, we are at under $167. A piece that, you know, also Barry, we didn't really talk about this, but when we think about these type of pieces, they're not just a sweater or a cardigan. This goes in like the outerwear piece of your closet, right? Like these are those things. This
one in particular, I think so, because it really has that doubling up of material at the front. It's one that's going to it'll last you more when the weather really starts to get a little bit cold. And more people, when people are using the term coatigans for these types of garments, where it's like your coat cardigan, and more people are using merino wool knitted as garments as their outerwear, because the way the climate has been in the last few years, you never really know what it's going to be like. And this is going to be something great that's going to keep you warm. It's not going to overheat you. It's a natural fiber. It's not something that's going to like after you get rid of it, it's going to sit in a landfill for thousands of years. It's a beautiful organic piece of wool that it's just going to like with the minimum amount of care, really, because we say dry clean only, but really what we're trying to say there is just don't put it into a washing machine. The most you might have to do is to air out if it gets a little bit of an odor. But apart from that, store it folded out of direct sunlight. And this is something that's going to last you for so long.
Look at this. Look at this. Can you imagine gifting something like this? And it's like, oh, this is such a beautiful sweater. Thank you so much. And then to say that it was made for us in Ireland, that really, really makes it special. And then all of the tradition, all of the heritage that comes along with it. But then also, again, the fashion of it all is just stunning. Like when it's a little chilly out, like let me grab my Aran sweater. You don't necessarily, it's just part of fashion. But to me, to know that you all are making these for us in Ireland is really.
You don't need to be Irish to own a sweater like this.
You do not at all. Absolutely. And the merino wool is truly so soft and beautiful, and it has that like natural stretch and recovery. So again, this specific sweater is definitely a relaxed fit. So very forgiving.
Because it's a natural fiber, it responds to your own body temperature. So what it does, once you put it on, your body temperature will cause the fibers to relax slightly. So it's always going to find a comfortable shape.
This one that I grabbed off of the rack is an extra small, and it fits beautifully. We have double extra small through double extra large. This here is the black charcoal, or charcoal black. Here is that Black Watch navy, and I'm wearing it in the natural stone. That's it? Barry's leaving me? My co-host is leaving me. Thank you, Barry. Have a beautiful night.
Oh, it's been great hearing you. Thanks. Have a good night.
Ciao, ciao.